Hello, beautiful souls. Let's talk boundaries. Are you somebody that has a hard time setting boundaries? I know for me personally, this has been a work in progress for me for a very long time, but it is definitely something that through my spiritual healing, through my soul growth and soul movement, I am learning to set those boundaries and I'm learning to maintain those boundaries. So I'd love to share with you some things that I have found have been working for me, and also a guided channeled message I received yesterday in regards to that. So, the boundary thing can be really hard because sometimes when you go to set a boundary with someone where you know that your self-care is important, that in order to preserve your time and energy and value your time and energy, sometimes you have to set a boundary you have to set a boundary with everybody, really. And there can be times where certain people that you're close to in your life really struggle to maintain boundaries that you set. And a lot of times that comes from the lack of boundary that we set. So once we decide, you set the intention that you want to set that boundary with someone, there's a few things that you need to remember. First and foremost, you have to remember that by setting that boundary, you need to maintain that boundary and stay consistent with the boundary that you set. Therefore, you can't get frustrated and give up and let go of that boundary, because what you are teaching that other person is that if they're persistent enough in not, what's the word that I want to use? If they're not persistent enough in honoring the boundary that you have set, then they are going to keep trying until they can break it. And if you give up on that boundary and you get tired and you let it go, then you are teaching that person that after X amount of times, you're going to give up. So they'll eventually get their way, right? So consistency is key. That boundary that you are setting, you have to maintain, no matter how hard it is at times. All right. Now you have to remember, these people that you are maintaining this boundary with that are close to you in your life are not going to respond most likely in a healthy way. At least some people will not. They're going to start to get frustrated. They're going to start to get destructive, and it's okay. But this is what you need to remember. When you don't submerge yourself into someone else's chaos, then they are the only person in the spotlight of their destruction. So if you remove yourself from their destructive behavior, then the spotlight is only on them and you're not getting sucked into it. So maintain those boundaries. I believe in you.